What's in the bag is something that the audience love. They love to have a little look at what goes on in a tour player's golf bag. Stuart, thank you very much for taking the time out to come onto our channel.
No problem.
I want to have a little look in your golf bag. Do you know much about your golf bag? Are you someone that tinkers a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. I know what's in here, yeah. Okay. So I'll start with the wedges.
Yeah, let's start with the wedges.
I carry 3 Glide 4.0s.
Okay, so they're the most recent from Ping, yeah?
That's right, yeah.
Okay.
I carry a 60 with a tin sole.
Yeah.
56 with a standard sole, and then a 50 then as well with a standard sole.
Okay.
So the 60 has 6 degrees of bounce.
Yeah.
And the other 2 are 12.
Okay.
So this gives me different shots. You know, in the grass, different grasses,
yeah,
it can be quite hard to hit the 60 out of.
Yeah.
So with a standard sole and a bit more bounce, just a little bit easier to hit out of like a Bermuda and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I suppose with the 56 and the 6 and the 50, you're kind of hitting more full shots.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
You want a bit more bounce in there.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas, do you hit that many full shots with your 60?
No, actually, no. Mostly around the greens, kind of flop shots, bunker shots. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really hit a full out ever.
Okay.
Just gets a bit too poppy. I actually have a weaker shaft in this one as well.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I have a 6.0 in this.
And 6.5s in the other.
And 6.5 in the others. And I actually have the lie angle a little bit flatter.
Oh, do you? Right, okay.
So this flatter lie angle is just a little bit easier to get under the golf ball and stuff like that. So it doesn't bounce, doesn't kick in.
And you've got green dot in these, which I'm assuming will run right the way through your whole set. What is green dot? Do you know the lie angle of that?
It is, it's 2.25 upright.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, quite long arms, so yeah, I need them a little bit more upright.
Yeah, okay. And then shafts, talking about shafts, you've got Project X.
Yeah, Project X, the rifles, as I say, 6 in the 60, but 6.5 everywhere else through the bag.
Okay. And are you somebody that once you found a shaft that you like, it's all about feel and you stick with it?
Yeah, I don't change. I've never actually changed my shaft since I got fitted for it, probably 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I just love the feel. I can kind of do what I want with the ball generally. You know, I can hit it high, hit it low, left to right and right to left. So yeah, very comfortable.
And when you say change your shaft, you mean like if you update your clubs, you get new shafts, but they're the same Project X shafts that you have in them?
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Okay. And standard length?
No, the wedges are standard length, but the irons are actually a 1/4 inch longer.
Okay, and we're talking about irons then, let's have a little look at what irons you actually use as well then.
Yeah, so iron play is probably the best part of my game.
Okay.
So I love my irons. I'm using the Ping i230s. Actually just got them in October.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah, really good. I used to have the i-blades, but these are just a little bit thicker, a little bit more forgiving, and actually launch a little bit higher. Okay. Which is nice. But yeah, very comfortable with them. Really like them. Love, nice solid feel.
And I remember I reviewed these irons, and these a beautiful looking iron, beautiful feel off the face. But for someone like yourself who's a good iron player, and you say it's one of the strongest parts of your game, are you kind of somebody who, when a new iron comes out, are you jumping and running it, looking at it, or are you kind of like, oh, I just want to hold fire on that for a minute because I enjoy what I'm playing? Yeah,
I did actually hold fire for quite a while. Yeah, I didn't change irons for 6 years, believe it or not.
Did you not? No.
Yeah, but when I actually changed to them, I loved them instantly. A little bit easier to hit, as I was saying.
Yeah.
But also the flight was a little bit higher. I love hitting the ball high, especially playing firm courses. So they just come off a little bit higher as well, which is nice.
Just for the audience, what do you carry a 7 iron, let's say?
Probably about 190.
Yards?
Yeah.
190 yards?
Yeah. Ball speed's in around kind of 135, 136 with it. So yeah, quite lucky to have that speed.
And would you say on the challenge tour, would you say that's about average, or would you say you're just a little bit?
I'm probably a little bit longer than most. Yeah. Quite lucky. But yeah, I'd be definitely a little bit longer.
Yeah, that's strong. And that goes from pitching wedge right the way through to a 4 iron.
That's right, yeah.
In that set.
Yeah, so working the way up then. Depending on the course I play, I will either carry a 2 iron or a hybrid. Yeah. For Parkland, I would carry the hybrid, so it's a 19 degree G430 with a Tensei shaft in it. I like this mostly more so than the 2 iron. There's a bit more flexibility in this club.
Okay. You feel like you can maneuver it around the golf course.
Exactly. Yeah. The 2 iron's great off the tee, very flat flight, but this is quite high. Yeah. A little bit more spin, and yeah, just a little bit easier to shape, as you say.
So Tensei, and you've got TX. Do you know what TX stands for?
Is it Torex, I believe?
Torex. Yeah, I think so. Issued shaft. So, but 80 grams as well.
Yeah. Yeah, 80 grams. I think it's 82 or something like that.
Okay. And then actually, loft-wise, your sleeve, you've kept it at 19 degrees.
Yeah. So the sleeves, when you change the sleeves, you actually change the position of the face.
Yeah.
So I like a face that's just kind of neutral.
Yeah.
I don't like when it kind of sits closed, especially. So I just leave it as it is.
No. Okay. And how far do you carry this club?
Probably about 260, 255 off the deck. So a little bit higher off the tee.
Wow.
Or a little bit longer off the tee.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that club. Very, very solid feel off it.
And that's one of the new ones, so that's only recently changed?
Yeah.
So G430?
Yeah, probably about 3 months.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's been good to me, so still in the bag.
Staying in.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, moving into fairway wood then.
Yeah, we got a 3 wood here. Ping as well. 15 degrees, but I actually have this one lofted down.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just spinning a little bit too much for me.
Yeah.
I have the Ventus Blue 7X, the TR version.
Yeah.
Which is actually halfway between blue and black.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So there's a little bit more tip forgiveness in it. So again, just to get that launch up a little bit.
Yeah. I
struggle with spin. I'm quite a high spin player.
Right. The speed that you put into it, you're gonna get a bit of that. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, I actually prefer seeing this club sit a little bit open.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. So that's why I have the sleeve lofted down.
Okay.
Sits so square on the ground.
Yeah.
And it's been good to me so far. Some people don't like when the grip is to the sides.
I was going to say, I just spotted that, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I'm just so used to...
So you've got Golf Pride, you've got the multi-compound running right the way through the bag.
Yeah.
And not ribbed, just round.
Yeah, standard, yeah. I actually have the Z cord in my irons.
Oh, do you?
Need to get them changed, but...
and will you go back into a multi-compound with the irons?
Yes, going to go multi-compound through the bag, yeah.
Okay, so you keep it all the same.
Exactly.
Now, I see a lot of players using Ventus. Is it something that you've used for some time, or is it relatively new for you?
Relatively new, yeah. It changed. I went over to get this in October, over to Ping. So, yeah, I really liked it. It's just a bit more. There's a bit more tip forgiveness in it.
Yeah.
I was using a Project X Hazardous through the bag in my woods, but they're very boardy.
Yeah.
There's a bit more feel in the Ventus, I feel.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're staying in the bag for sure.
Yeah. Again, boardy. I hear that word a lot. And what would boardy kind of feel to you?
But there's just no release of the club nearly.
Feels rigid.
Rigid, exactly, yeah. But with them, there's definitely, you can just feel it at the ball, there's a bit more kind of tip forgiveness, So, yeah, they're really good shafts, really reliable, and everyone seems to be using them.
Yeah, they do, yeah. So I've just moved us up to the 18th tee because I want to talk about driver.
The chief.
As we call it, the chief. So what is under the hood?
Yeah, so I have a Ping 430 10.5 LST.
Okay.
Which means low spin technology, which helps. I have a Ventus 6TX.
Okay, so this is the black version of what you've just got in the fairway wood. So what's the difference now with this?
Yeah, so this is a TX, so it's actually slightly heavier. So I think this is 67 grams.
Okay.
It's tipped 2 inches.
Right, which is going to make it stiffer again.
Which makes it stiffer again, yes. And also, I have 10.5, but it's actually 10.2.
That's what the head is.
So yeah, exactly, yeah. So it says 10.
So you've measured that and everything's been measured up for you?
It's been measured for me, which is nice.
And is that playing at 10.2 or have you got that lofted up?
No, it's playing at 10.2. I have it standard sleeve. With driver, I actually love looking at loft.
Do you?
Yeah, so when I put it down, I don't see much loft in the face.
Yeah.
It's a bit concerning for me.
Okay.
So I just have it on standard, so the loft is nearly looking back at me. Yeah. It's just something I always liked in a driver. Just from going back, way back.
Yeah.
So
with having loft in your hand, you feel like you've got more control over the ball.
Yeah, spin is your friend in golf. A bit more spin on a driver. Like I'm long enough anyway that I can kind of compete. So having a bit of extra loft is just a bit easier to kind of keep in the fairway.
Weight in the back then? Got it as standard?
Standard, yeah. I did have melt in my old driver.
Melt means rack glue.
In the face.
In the face.
Yeah.
And the idea of that is to move CG closer to the face, reduce the spin numbers a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. You can also put it in the heel or the toe if you want the ball to either turn over or maybe not to turn over. But I kind of like everything just standard because I don't really curve it too much. So just leave it as it is.
And by putting that melted glue, which again is not an option for the average golfer, but for tour players, that changes the acoustics of the driver as well.
That's right, yeah, exactly. It makes it a bit more
duller?
Exactly, yeah, that's just the word I was looking for there. Yeah, a little bit more duller, but no, with the new kind of 430, I prefer it just as standard, and it's been working really well so far.
Combination of low spin but a bit more loft.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas the old driver I had a little bit less loft, because there was more spin on it. Whereas this one generally has less spin, so I can kind of loft it up a bit more.
Nice. Okay, then we have a little look at putter. Now, I noticed that you are fully in ping.
Yep.
But then putter-wise, you've gone for a little, almost like a trusty, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I kind of picked this up a couple of months ago. It's an Odyssey. It's a Memphis. Yeah. Toulon face balance putter. I don't rotate the face too much, so I have a face balance putter. So kind of, you know, stroke-wise, the face doesn't want to rotate. So it's just everything standard. Length 34, 2 degrees upright. But apart from that, it's just kind of standard putter.
Nice. And then I always like to ask, golf ball. What golf ball do you use?
I use a Pro VX.
Okay.
I haven't changed in about 10 years.
No.
They recently changed the golf ball, but no, I always like the Pro VX. I like a clicky feel.
Yeah, okay.
And the sound as well, and feel. So yeah, I've used the Pro VX, and to be honest, I couldn't change. I can't change it this stage. I just love it.
Yeah. Well, once you find something you like, you've got to stick with it.
Exactly.
Big message for so many golfers out there as well.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
No problem.
We wish you all the best for the second half of the season for you. I know you've got a busy schedule coming up.
Yeah.
We will be keeping an eye on how you're getting on.
Sounds good.
We'll be supporting you along the way. Don't forget to go and check out Stuart's social media, which will be down in the description of this video. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you again very soon.